Alright, we're watching Lancer, who is in Gold 2. I think this is on PC, playing Ana on Havana. This is what they said. Some games feel generally uncarryable support and need advice. I just completed a game on Ana, which I consider pretty well played by me. However, one of our DPS players kept running into the enemy without any sense on the most absurd timing situations. Maybe I'm just delusional, so I'd appreciate some feedback on my replay. I already did a full length review of this earlier today. I did it with a bit of a lighthearted teasing tone in honor of April Fools. I do not like the way that it came out ultimately. I think it's way too easy to misinterpret it as being mean, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I ended up taking it down, and we'll do a normal standard replay. This is why I should stick to reviews and not comedy, for sure. So we're going to do a replay. But the good news is that I've already seen the replay, so I can kind of go through this a lot faster. Your biggest problems by far are going to be your sleep and grenade usage. You just spam them out, like sleep in particular, you spam all the time instead of holding it for good opportunities. And then your grenade usage, the aim is not very good, and the timing isn't necessarily very good. In addition to other issues, but like those two are far and away like the biggest problems for you. Your Bastion's gonna die at start here. I have no idea what the heck your Bastion was thinking doing this. This is like a throw, but they stopped doing it, so it's like fine. After that, the game's playable. I'm gonna go here. It's all pretty regular. You can see right away, you're gonna miss this grenade, but it's also not a good time for a grenade, right? Lucio is already half health and purple, so your grenade's not gonna do anything because it's not gonna heal through anti-heal if you didn't know that. And your Ryan's only missing about 200 health. He's perfectly safe. You do not need to throw this grenade. And throwing this grenade triggers a 10-second cooldown, so you're not gonna have that available anymore. So this is like really important. Like not wasting cooldowns is a critical part about getting better at Ana. I would say high-ranked Anas hit something like 95 to 100% of their grenades. Like I can regularly play a game on Ana at like Masters, and I will never miss a grenade. Like grenades are pretty generous in terms of the AOE. You like cannot miss grenades. Sleeps are a different story, right? You can get somewhere between like 60 to 80% sleep accuracy depending on like which sleep targets you're going for, and if you try to go for like low percentage plays. But in general, I'd say that's not great. So this sleep is okay. I think I understand this one. This is probably fine. So your Ryan's in, trying to pocket. So no reason to back away from the single. Like this little movement to go back to the left is a mistake, right? I think I would just stay here. See, we're good, right? Your Ryan's low. Another grenade doesn't no value. Okay, you didn't hit your Ryan. It's too close, right? It slams into your Lucio, and you see your Ryan's super low right now. And now you're behind in the healing race. Your Ryan's very, very low. Can't do his job because he's not being healed. He's gonna die. That was easily preventable. All you had to do was heal your Ryan, like actually land this grenade here. Right? Very, very important to land this grenade here. You could toss it to the right, for example, and make an easy splash. But now your Ryan is super low, and then he's going to end up dying. And once he dies, the fight's over. So we're going to reset. Your team does a really good job recontesting the point here. Lucio blocks that. You see the Widow now. You saw the angle of the shot. It's lucky that she missed you. She's playing up high, so you're going to LOS this, which is fine. I would have liked you to step up a little bit, right? Not all the way to the corner, but a little bit, because you should anticipate the fact that you're going to need to come forward to help contest this point. The further back you are, the less impact you're going to have. And obviously, you don't want to die here, but you also don't want to lose because you didn't do enough. So right now is a good example where you should be coming forward. Also, the Widow's not looking at you, so you could have shot the Widow right now. Yeah, you can see your legs. You should be coming forwards. You definitely do not want to scope and walk around the corner. See, the Ryan's very, very low right now. You're not stepping forwards. You throw this grenade. Again, I think you could just heal them. Ryan has shield up. The only 2 people, or 3 people here are Widow, D.Va, Zen. None of them can penetrate the shield. You could easily heal your Ryan up just with darts, because throwing a grenade here is going to throw this fight. Why? Because the Zen has trance, and you should have known he had trance because this is the end of the very first point fight. Like if you have ultimate, I mean like in the nano charge is faster than trance for sure, but like as a general rule, if you have ultimate, you could say the enemy supports have ultimate or they're close to it. Throwing grenade right now is really, really bad because then the Zen trances, so now nobody can kill this D.Va, right? Or the Widow if she drops into it. So that's super bad. Now she goes in, you're gonna pop nano right now. You should have tried to save this. Why? Ryan only does like 120-ish damage a second. He does like 85 base, something like that. Plus Nano, he does about 130 damage per second. Zen Trance is 300 health per second. There's no way for the Ryan to do anything with this Nano. Even with Nano, like, you see how the damage against the D.Va is healed instantly. Doesn't do anything. Bomb goes off. Again, like, imagine if you had Nano, like, later, right? At this moment, not that you even need it right now, you're fine. Do not scope and walk around this corner. Right? You have no idea what the Widow's doing. At the minimum, you should be like jiggle peeking this without, and I have a guide on how to play against Widows as supports. You should jiggle peek this without scoping. And you're going to see here why this is so dangerous. So she's looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. You're just gonna slowly walk around this corner, and it's incredibly lucky that she does not kill you with this shot. Very, 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 very lucky. At higher ranks, that's like a 90 to 100% death. Almost no way that the Widow gonna miss that shot. Defense winning the fight, great. So again, keep up with your Rein, right? Like your Rein's low. Like you have to keep up with your Rein. You have to keep healing, right? I know Matrix is up. Like walk forward right now. Walk forward so you get LOS on the Rein, or walk on this side. Either way, but you're constantly losing track of your Rein, which means that he gets low again. Like that's your job to keep him up in the situation. Because you don't keep him up, Lucio pops Beat. Beat is the longest charging ultimate in the game, so losing Beat is massive. Nobody forced this, right? You see how far back the team is? There's no reason the Rein should die here. Lucio shouldn't have popped Beat here either, but he saw the Rein dropped all the way down to 50 health, and you weren't healing, so Lucio got nervous. So this is an unforced error on your team, right? Because you just weren't healing your Rein enough. Lucio got scared, he popped Beat, right? Lucio made a mistake, you made a mistake. I think the Rein here is probably the only one who was like, fine, right? You have to be keeping your main tank up in this situation. You have nothing else to do, right? It's not like you're under pressure or anything like that, you have to keep the Rein up. Alright, moving forward from here. So Rein's gonna charge the D.Va, I think. Yeah, D.Va's gonna come in on you. Rein's gonna charge. This is a good charge right away. You should have slept because you saw the Rein was charging anyway. But when he goes in, right, you should have turned and then naded the D.Va right away to make sure he doesn't get healed. It actually doesn't make a big difference here, but you want to keep LOS to keep damaging the D.Va. Right? You should have shot the Zen when you got a chance. They're pushing up. You can see, hey, are we gonna get another contest here? Hopefully, because you got Nano. Right? You're going way too far back. I don't want to go this far back, right? I would only tuck in here, right? Here's fine. Heal, 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 heal. Pop Nano, right? Go in, contest. Overall, your team's like doing a pretty good job. You eat that shot by the Widow. This is another grenade that you shouldn't chuck. Okay, this is like a panic grenade where you just throw it. Look where the nade goes. There's nobody here, right? You're throwing a grenade from so far away that you have no ability to do anything and like have good line of sight to be able to affect the fight. Right? You have to get a little bit closer, right? And then maybe wait a little bit. Don't just chuck cooldowns as soon as they're available. Also, watch the Cassidy here. Right side of your screen, you see the Cassidy? He gets shot, he's low, critical, you should be healing him right now. D.Va's gonna push into him, kills him. You could easily have saved that Cassidy with 2 darts. You had enough time to fire at least 2 darts in this situation. Keep up sleep. I don't think anything's gonna really matter here. Yeah, fight's over. Next fight, you're gonna come out. Alright, you see the Widow. Alright, back off the line of sight, that's fine. So you really don't want to drop low ground here. No reason to drop low ground. Just stay high ground. Right? Stay high ground. See what's gonna happen, right? Try not to stay scoped. And then try to maintain some space. Playing back here makes it really hard for the next phase of the fight because of where you are. You don't have LOS on, for example, the Reaper who dies top right. So you should probably have been, again, like up here. I know even with the Widow, like just playing here is fine, right? Or you could have rotated over to here, right, which blocks off all the Widow sight lines. This is also a great place to play. Okay, if you had to, you could even play. Do the map. You could even play over here, for example. You have a lot of options that are not playing low ground down here where you have no cover, and it's gonna make it very, very hard for your team to take any good fights from here. Another grenade, another miss. Right. So this grenade is not on target, right? This is a big deal. Like, you can't be missing those grenades. That forces Orisa Fortify, so now that she doesn't have Fortify to do anything. You try to walk forward, but you have no space. Again, imagine if you're playing, like, high ground here, right? Or far side. Like, you have so many better options, but you're getting pinned to this corner. Alright, grenades up. This is fine. Keep the Orisa up. Good. Obviously, keep matrixing. So you have to stop jumping. Jumping is a very, very bad habit, and you should train yourself out of it. It's not gonna work at higher ranks. It arguably doesn't work now. It's not effective at any rank, frankly. But you grenade to keep your Orisa alive. That's fine. Keep her up. So you have Nano coming, but you have to recognize, hey, what's our current number situation? You know there's 2 dead right now if you open scoreboard, which you should be doing, right? You know you have 2 dead right now. You have 1 that's responding. You heard the Tracer, the spawn voice line coming. You know it's going to be a 3-on-4-ish. I think maybe you killed 1. Yeah, 3-on-4-ish. So your perspective should be, wait as long as I possibly can to pop Nano. Popping Nano right now, your Orisa can't do anything. She's going to get shut down by this. So you want to wait and give your team time to spawn, because your team has short spawn right now, but their team has long spawn, right? Long spawn. So the more time that goes on, the better it is for you. Because you popped this Nano so early, right, your Orisa has to, like, commit out. See, she stopped right there because she just wanted to wait. Now that you pop Nano, she's like, okay, I guess I'll spin out. And she gets forced right back in right away, right? Nano does not help her do her job at all. Versus right now, imagine that you pop Nano. This is a great nano opportunity, right? The Diva's at point blank. She's on the cart. There's a lot she can do with this. Another grenade, another miss, right? You can't be missing these grenades. You can't be missing this many grenades at all. And if you had a grenade right now, massive grenade, right? Getting the Ana, getting the Diva, perfect. The Ana doesn't even end up dying here, I think. Oh, she does end up dying. Diva bomb goes off. So soldiers come here. Yep, that's fine. I think this sleep is okay in terms of like the decision making. I think it's way too short, as you can tell, like way too short. Like he would have been playing like right up here for this to happen. You gotta aim lower than that. I would take this opportunity to take back high ground. Play high ground if you can. Right, not your job to sit on the cart. It's not like they have a Sombra or a Tracer or somebody else who can touch the cart very quickly. And you need to advance right now with your team. If your team's over here, you need to be playing over here, so you have LOS. You're playing so far back that you can't see anybody or do anything. So your team is out there fighting right now without you, right? Beats popped, Risa's coming back. You're playing super far back. You must advance forwards. And maybe if you're playing forwards, like you could have healed people and your Lucio never would have beat it. Again, playing in the wrong spot. You have to play high ground. Right? So the correct order here is shoot, nade, shoot, which does 75 plus or shoot melee, shoot grenade, shoot melee, which is going to do like 250 damage, something like that. Easily kills him. But your team is able to help you out. It's great. So basically, shoot before you nade, right? Long story short. If it's a Tracer, don't even go for the second shot, just melee. So this is really bad, right? The Risa's low. You should already be pre-aiming at this corner to heal her. You're at 11 ammo and you're reloading right now, which is a bad, bad move. Okay? Then, you try to go through heal. The nade is both too late and way too far. This nade is not even close to your Risa. Like, you gotta be playing so far up here for this to be effective. At this point, you're pretty screwed. So, you go for this flank. There actually is a possibility for a big play here. You could have gone up, slept the Ana, and then done shot, nade, shot to kill her. Okay, you land the sleep, which is the hardest part. At this point, it should be shot, nade, shot. But instead, you nade first instead of shooting. And now, you have this harder shot to land that to get the kill. But you could have killed her there, for sure. So, unfortunate there, right? If you just got 1% more, you could have nanoed. Like, for example, if you killed the Ana, you would have enough ult charge right now to nano the Risa, and then you probably win this fight. You nano Tracer, which is like okay, but also not great. I mean, like obviously you're pretty limited options, but Tracer's not a great nano target typically, especially with Trance still available. Nanoing the Reaper here would have been bigger, and then you end up losing this fight. Fast forwarding, you take high ground here, which is not a good spot, honestly, in my opinion, to play, especially when they have a Widow. It's very, very hard to heal people who are around this corner, and this is a very common place to fight because this thing blocks your aim. Also, you're a sitting duck up here. A Widow from any angle can kill you. I would much prefer that you are playing low ground, like right here, right here, right here, right? You got some options here in terms of where to be playing, but I don't think the window is the right place for you to be playing. So people are going to die here without you being able to heal them. You know there's a Pharaoh in play now. That sleep is obviously a huge waste. Alright, pocketing the Risa, chance to kill the Pharaoh here. One, great. Reloading. Terrible beat. So you're gonna throw like a spam grenade here, I think. So I don't think you have a good feel for how far for grenades, because look how far off this grenade is. Like this grenade is not even remotely close to the entrance of the spawn. You don't need to aim that far up, right? Just, it's hard for me to aim on the screen, but right around here is probably good enough. You're like so far over. And I think that just takes time and experience playing Ana to understand the arc of nades. So, Pharaoh's going to come out. Again, another sleep dart that does nothing, right? Not even aimed at anybody. You really should have killed this Pharaoh right now. They get purple. Once he gets purple, there's nothing you can do. That's basically death. You should have killed the Pharaoh right now again, which would be important. You get barraged here. You could have taken a shot right there, but you didn't, and then you could have needed to save yourself. So, you come out here, you're going to eat a rocket. Yep, I mean, you're missing only 60 health. I would not nade yourself right now. Nading is, if you look at higher level Anas, they will throw almost all of their grenades at the enemy team. Grenades are far more valuable against the enemy team because anti-heal is such a strong property to apply. Nading yourself is almost always a mistake. It usually means that you did something wrong to have to nade yourself to begin with. But to compound that, you also pop nano right now. Orisa is a short-range tank. Despite the fact that her gun like goes a distance, like this is way too far away for Orisa to get a kill. She has to be playing like up here. This is a good nano. This way too far back. So you pop this on Orisa. She doesn't even spin, so she can't even close the distance. So look at how ineffective she's going to be with this nano. Right? Nanoing people should get kills, which win team fights. Does it seem like anybody dies here? Nobody even gets close. I don't think the Zen needs to trance. I think this is just a panic trance. Because the Orisa's not that low, right? With spin right now, there's no way the Orisa's going to die. I think you're very lucky to even have your Orisa force out trance in this situation. So you keep this is good no-scoping to keep the Lucio alive. You should have thrown a grenade right now. That hits the Lucio, and it hits the Pharah, and then one tap on the Pharah, and fight's over for those two, right? You missed that sleep. You could have just shot her out of the air twice in that period of time. You're still holding grenade, all your team is low, and you're just not doing enough during this fight, right? While you're messing around with Lucio, look how low your Orisa gets, right? Orisa's low, Tracer's low, Tracer dies, right? Orisa's still low, Reaper low. None of these people are getting healing from you until just now. Like, your APM, it just has to be faster. Like, you should be like, okay, cool. Like, Pharah diving, right now, great. Yeah, like, keep the Lucio up. Nade, kill the Pharah, great. Go back to the fight. Like, just gotta be a lot quicker with this stuff like this. It is very much possible to carry this fight. Like, it is very, very easy, I would say. Not, I mean, easy is maybe an extreme, but like, it's certainly, you don't have to hit like a crazy sleep dart or anything. Just regular one grenade on a pretty straightforward against the door frame would have hit the Lucio and the Pharah, right? Then one more dart would have killed the Pharah, and then just start healing people, and you would have carried this fight yourself. And then they're gonna cap from here. So looking at offense, this part's all regular, healing, that's fine. Okay, still moving. Yeah, don't worry about the Pharah. Right? You have a Mercy, so you don't have to worry about the Pharah. Not your job to heal the Pharah, unless she's like in front of you. Don't eat fire strikes. They give the enemy Ryan ult charge. This nade is another really bad nade. Okay? Even if it didn't hit the Rhine shield, like all it hits is the Bastion, who's way too far back for a kill. When you throw nades, the target that is naded should immediately die before the end of the nade effect, which is like 4 seconds or so. Right? If that doesn't happen, it usually means it's a bad nade. Right? Every nade you throw should result in the enemy dying. Like that's like a good benchmark. Is you throw a nade, enemy dies. If you throw a nade and the enemy doesn't die, or force out defensive cooldown or defensive support ulti, right? If none of those things happens, you probably could have thrown a better grenade. Like that should be your gold standard there. So your junk is gonna get low here and they get blown up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. The Zen, he died at full health. Reloading. This is all pretty standard. Bad sleep. Even if you landed it, right? It's like close. Even if you landed it, this Ryan's going to get woken up right away. They have to wake him up because otherwise the cart won't move. Go for sleep. Same thing for sleeps, right? When you sleep people, it should take them out of the fight or they should get killed for it. The Ryan's going to get woken up right away from this sleep. So it's not going to do anything. Or interrupt like an ability, obviously. You get another fire strike here, which is no good. Forces the Mercy to come back to you. Another nade that's short. I think you're clearly trying to throw this deeper into the enemy team, which would have been a great nade if you were able to land it. Like, you need to apply nade to the enemy team a lot more. You walk back into this fire strike that you have plenty of time to see coming. This is really bad. Like, this cannot happen. Right? At gold, almost platinum, you can't walk into a fire strike like this. You see it coming. It's on your left. It's clearly on your left, and you strafe back to the left and eat it. That's no good. You pop the nano. This is the same problem, right? The Pharah is not actually close enough to do anything right now. So she's just kind of has to float in the air. She's missed a ton of this nano, doing absolutely nothing. You want to wait until people are basically in, right? Close to the enemy team, able to get kills. That's where nano happens. She very luckily gets this kill here and does not get shut down, right? The Ana should have messed her up a lot earlier. So you get trapped right here. And while you're trapped, you see the Pharah in the air right now? Alright, so you see your Mercy's not healing her. You get trapped right now, and you see the Bastion's also aiming up. You should have been looking up at this Pharah and healed her. Instead, what are you doing? Absolutely nothing. Alright, watch. You're just sitting here. Pharah dies out of the air. Tire pop. Alright, you sleep the Nano Bastion, which is the right call, but like this fight's already over. Good throw a nade earlier. You miss it, blows up, kills you. Mercy reses you, which was a bad res. Coming forward again. So, this is another great example of losing LOS of your tank. And again, because you died late and staggered, I mean, partially that's your Mercy's fault, and a lot of that's Mercy's fault for healing you. You gotta turn this corner ASAP, because your main tank is in and clearly doesn't know that you're not healing. Right? This is another bad nade. Obviously, it doesn't hit anybody. You gotta come forward. You gotta pocket. You gotta hard pocket the Ramattra right now, right? I'm just going sliding this way. Pocket, 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 pocket. Right? You throw the sleep dart. You don't have grenade because you wasted it earlier. Ramattra dies with ultimate. This is a very, very big play in their direction, right? You just have to keep the Ramattra alive in that situation. It's partially the Ramatra's fault for going too early, right? For sure. It's, I would say, large part of it is the Ramatra's fault. But yeah, I mean, you bear responsibility there. Reset. Your tank has gone Sigma. Possibly deal with Bastion, possibly because it feels like he's not getting enough healing, both of which are fair. You gotta heal your Bastion. You could have killed the Zen right there. I think sleep is also fair here, but I think just targeting him down and killing him would have been reasonable. And if you hit 2 darts on him, the Sigma can kill him with a splash. Hyper Spear. It's an okay nade, but the problem is the Rhine's in the way, so like now's not a good time to be fighting this. Very lucky to not hit that Fire Strike. So Bastion is going to turn this corner, I think. The problem is this is very late in the Bastion. The most dangerous time for Bastion, like the most effective time for Bastion, is right after he pops tank form, before anybody scatters. 2-3 seconds in, his ability to do something with Nano is much weakened already. Right? He starts shooting, like now would have been fine with Nano, he could kill the other Bastion. But you see you pop Nano now, and it's like very lucky that he gets the Bastion at all, because the Bastion should not have repeated that. Your Nanos consistently come out way too late and not in the right positions. You spam another sleep for no reason. Like this sleep, you're shooting through a Bastion, you can't see anything. Like don't fire the sleep, just chill. Right? Just hold sleep. Like right now, this is a much better sleep. You're very lucky the Rhine didn't keep walking into you to kill you. You should have killed the Zen here. You should just focus on killing Zen, right? After he comes out of trance. Right here. 1 dart, 2 dart, 3 dart, Zen's dead. Like those are the kind of picks that you have to make if you want to carry, right? You said it's uncurable as a support. I don't think so. Like you could have killed the Zen very easily, right? You only fired 2 shots. You could have gotten 5 in, and you only had to hit 3 of them to kill the Zen. Aim for the set. Junk, right? Junk's dead. You need the Rhine. Good call, right? He's low right now. This is a good example of a good nade, right? The Rhine is low. The Ana's trying to keep him up, right? You throw the purple. He doesn't see it coming. Great. He's purple. Yeah, he dies. That's a good nade. Those are the nades that you want to replicate and have them happen a lot more. All right, Sigma's up. He's purple. Forget about healing him. He's purple. Like he's got purple. He's grasping. Kill the Ana right now. Right? Kill the Ana. Kill the soldier. Hit anybody with it rather than this. You throw this grenade. This misses everybody. So you throw the grenade under the cart, so LOS is blocked, so it can't get the Sigma or the Bastion. Chuck it on top of the cart next time. You gotta pack out the Bastion right now. Like that's really the priority. Right? Sigma's still got plenty of overhealth, so he's fine. Pocket the Bastion. Again, not pocketing Bastion means that he can't be aggressive and get angles to get kills. Soldier goes. That sleep's not even close. All right, you get killed with the grenades. Grenade's good. You gotta be pushing up, up. Move forward. Forward. Like as you're scoping, you should be moving forwards, right? The momentum is in your favor. You got to know that. You got to go. All right, wait. Great. You cap first point. Going to second point. Another sleep that's wildly off, right? Watch the sleep dart. It's just gonna go into the cart. This can't happen. Like you can't be firing sleep darts into the cart. Even if the cart wasn't there, it's not on target. Even if the Rhine was standing here, did not have shield, and there was no cart in the way, this is a bad sleep because the Rhine would immediately get woken up by your Sigma. You have a really good opportunity for a double grenade up here. Right? You're gonna see, hey, both of them up here, chuck a nade. Chuck a nade right here, fire 1 shot, both of them will be super low for the next 4 seconds. Anyone who does any damage will kill them. Nade comes out too late. Alright, walls come up. So, best case scenario right now is, hey, look, can I get around this? No, but keep shooting this pillar right here. Pow, 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 and hopefully it breaks, and then you can come through and start helping. Alright, heal, great. Team gets it. Another mediocre nade at best. You sleep the soldier who's stationary. Just shoot him. Right? You slept him. Someone's gonna attack him. Just get ready. Hold your right here. Hold your aim on the soldier. Wait for Sigma to hit him, then hit him. Right? Because you guys don't work together, right? He ends up dying, right? That's lucky, but like you should work together to instantly kill him with your teammates. You don't need to call out anything. You don't even need comms. Just as soon as somebody else is hitting him, you hit him too. You have an instant, hit scan weapon. So fight's gonna get pretty dicey here. The idea is you should not expect that you're gonna push through and take this, right? There's gonna be some significant fight, so you should look for a safe position. Ideally, you'd already be in high ground over here or high ground over here. This spot is probably the strongest position for you to be in right now. So your perspective could have been to earlier on left and already taken this high ground. But staying on the card's dangerous because you know Reinhardt has shatter. Reinhardt gets shatter every 2 fights, and you've not seen him shatter, I think, all game. So you should assume that he has shatter here and that you are in the way of shatter. So, I mean, like, you can't expect Sigma to reliably shield block the shatter in this situation. Mei's going to come down. Now, because you're on low ground, you're super vulnerable to this Mei. And that forces you to duel. You can theoretically win this duel, but it's pretty unlikely. She starts slowing you. You throw Nano on the Bastion, which is, I think, is okay, best kind of situation you have here. But the Mei just keeps walking into you and shoot you, right? Again, don't bother jumping here. Like, being evasive is not even important because the Mei is not gonna miss you anyway with a spray weapon. So you might as well just focus on shooting her down because you only need 4 darts to kill her. I mean, only is relative, right? But now that she's this low, you only need 3 darts to kill her. So basically, it's like, hey, can you fire 3 darts into her faster than 2 seconds? Because she does 100 damage a second. So like that's important. Also, you threw that nade on the Zen up there. Having nade here would be massive. If you had nade right now, there's no way this Mei can win this duel against you, and you kill her after ice block. But she might not have pushed you if she knew that you had nade. So you die, you're gonna come back, you have 50 seconds, last fight. So you should be pushing up right now. So your Sigma's gonna go. So notice how your Sigma's gonna be with you right now, right? Go up, push with the Sigma, push. I would be right here, right? Stick with your Sigma, stick with your Sigma, stick with your Sigma, right? Up here. Help the Sigma, right? Heal him, damage soldiers, throw nades, whatever. You're too far back, too passive. You come around this left corner and you're gonna fire this sleep dart, which is at nothing. Right? This is like a pretty symbolic of like your general issues with sleep dart, is that you just spam it away like it doesn't matter. Sleep dart and nades, Ana has like literally the best abilities in the game. Right? They're so unbelievably strong, it can change team fights. She's one of the best heroes to carry with, certainly as a support, because both sleep and anti-heal counter so many of the heroes in the game. So you need to be peeking right now, aggressively. Soldiers, or Mei's here. Soldier is getting damage, you should be healing the soldier, and then looking, oh, Mei's super close, chuck nade right now. You just let the soldier die here, which is devastating, because this is the final fight. And you back off too much. Right? Again, like, this is, at this point, you're pretty screwed, but, like, Mei slept, you should be focusing on trying to fight the fight, right? Heal your Sigma, throw a nade here, right? Prevents Zen trance, and then maybe tiny chance you can win, but ultimately, like, there's just too many mistakes here. So, going back to your premise, right? It feels generally uncarryable. No, I think this is like a pretty standard game, right? I don't feel like anyone on your team, other than your Bastion dying at the start of the game, felt like egregiously bad. Like, this was absolutely a game you could have won. You could have even stopped them potentially of capping first point, because first point was extremely close. And if you play just a little bit better, you could have prevented them from clapping first point, much less going all the way to third. And then on offense, I think you also make a bunch of mistakes that are fixable. So in summary, right, sleep darts, stop spamming them. Go for high percentage sleeps that are going to change the game. Even that means going 30, 40, 50 seconds on sleep dart. That's okay. Like, it happens sometimes. Like, you don't have a good shot. Like, your team's just shooting the Rhine Shield. Great. Just hold on to sleep dart. Because it forces the enemy to play differently, right? They can't dive you. They can't overcommit because sleep is a problem. Same thing for grenade, right? Don't just chuck grenade in for no reason. And work on your grenade accuracy. Very, very important. For nano, think about whether or not the hero you're nanoing can actually use it. If you're exclusively a support main, this might be a problem. Because you don't know like what nano feels like to get, and you don't understand, like when you look at a Sigma, like does a Sigma want a nano right now or not? And that can be very difficult without playing a lot more games to see, like, is the nano being effective? But as a benchmark for yourself, when you nanoed the target, did they get a kill? If they didn't get a kill, you probably messed up or forced out a defensive ulti. Last thing is positioning, right? In general, you're playing way too passively. You need to be further up, able to see your main tank, able to see some of the enemy team members that you can do damage to, letting people die because you're too far back, forcing out Lucio beat on your team because you just aren't healing enough. Those are all like very avoidable problems. You just got to be playing up more. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.